Good morning, everybody. It is Amy Bennett from the AM Show. We are halfway. Happy Wednesday. My goodness, y'all. I'm just going to be honest. It is crazy around our house. It can be stressful. Kids are doing all kind of projects for school. We're running around trying to get Christmas gifts. We're having to go to the grocery store, not having to go to the grocery store. I usually try to go to the grocery store one time a week. I started that a couple years ago. I used to be the person who would go, not have anything for dinner, and then try to figure out dinner like at 4 o'clock and have to go to the grocery store like every single night. But I started making Saturdays my grocery day, and I plan, I buy everything for the week, all the snacks, I buy all the stuff that I need. Hang on, what is Tucker doing? Tucker, hang on. Oh, come on. Sorry. Tucker needed in. He was crying about it. Anyway, so I started making Saturday my grocery day, and I usually try to go once. But my kids, I have 3 teenagers, and they eat like crazy. It's all true. Whatever they say about teenagers, they eat, and they eat a lot. So I've been having to go to the grocery store midweek to like restock. Like literally, if I got everything, I couldn't fit it in my fridge, and that's really sad. Anyway, grateful that I can go. Can you guys see? This light you can't see. My necklace is lit up for Christmas. Hang on, let me get Tucker out. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. This is what happens on live video. We don't allow birds in our backyard. Tucker is our guard dog. We can't have birds and squirrels and rabbits in our backyard, so he goes and chases them away. I don't know, is it crazy for you guys? I feel like it's crazy for us this time of year. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest, things are crazy. Thanks, Nancy, you like my necklace. It was one of those, so in the grocery store last night, it was one of those end cap things, and it was a last minute purchase. I'm like, man, in all this craziness, I'm gonna get this necklace that makes me a little bit happy. It was on sale for $3.99. It makes me happy. As soon as I got out of the package, it made me smile. And I didn't want to do it to you, but it actually, look, it blinks. You guys see it blinking? Okay, I'll leave it back to where it's just staying. Okay, good morning, guys. I see you guys joining. Nancy and Monica, Karina, Stephanie, Molly. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so, but in all of this, this morning, as I read through Luke 5, because it's December 5th and we're doing the read through Luke, there was something that really stuck out to me, and I just want to share just some thoughts here. And oh my goodness, it looks like I'm getting texts from Marie. For some reason, she's having trouble seeing me live. I hope that's not everybody. So let me know if you're still here. For some reason, Marie's having trouble. So if you get to rewatch this, Marie, I'm sorry. Hopefully you do get to rewatch it. All right, so I was reading in Luke 5, and I was just had some thoughts, and there was this phrase that really stuck out to me, and it was in the beginning of Luke 5. It's when Jesus walks up to Peter, who is, okay, good guys, I'm seeing, good morning, I am here. Okay, you guys are live. Okay, so it's not on my end. So this is when Jesus comes up on Peter, and he is he's fishing, and he tells them to let down their nets. And so this is where I'm going to pick up. Jesus tells Peter, put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch. And then Simon answered, Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything, but because you say so, I will let down the nets. And when they had done so, they had caught such a large number of fish that their nets began to break. And we have heard this story many, many times, but that whole phrase that stuck out to me, that I think that we can kind of, take away for ourselves. It says, but because you say so, I will. but because you say so, I will. I think there's sometimes that God prompts us, the Holy Spirit prompts us to do something, and then we list off all the reasons that we shouldn't do that, whether it is a generous financial give to somebody, whether it is a conversation you need to have with somebody, whether it is a podcast you need to start, whether it's a live video you need to do, whether it's a book you need to write, whether it's a job that you need to quit, or a job you need to take, a move that your family needs to make. I mean, there's lots of different things that the Lord just kind of prompts us to do, and we start listing off all the reasons why we can't do that, and we're doing our own human logic and say, that doesn't make sense, God, because blah 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 blah. And that's what Peter's initial response was. We've worked all night and we haven't caught anything. And he's looking at it from the fisherman's perspective. And my understanding of the history of this is this would not be a good time for them to go out and catch anything. That they did this at night, and in the morning that it wouldn't be a good time for them to go. So he's using his human logic and saying, these are all the reasons that I can't. But what I love that he says, and what I would hope that we can get to, is that he says, but because you say so, I will. And he says, because I will let down the nets. So I want to let us think about like, how would we fill in that whole sentence? Like, Master, I know you've told me to give this money. And the reason that I can't do that is because my bank account says I can't, and it's not going to work out. And I have this to pay for, and I have this to pay for, and sorry, that's really not going to work out for me. But because you say so, I will. But because you say so, I will. And we can fill in that, and I think that it's fine to talk to the Lord, to say, this doesn't make sense to me because, and it's like, Lord, this just doesn't really make sense. I don't see, from human logic, this really doesn't make sense. But then we say, but because you say so, I will. Fill in the blank. Do the thing that he's calling you to do. So that's what I want to just write that phrase down. But because you say so, I will. And then fill in whatever God is prompting you to do. Write down all the reasons why it doesn't make sense to you, why you shouldn't do that, and then say, but because I will, and then fill in the blank with whatever he's told you to do, and commit out of faith to say, this doesn't make sense in human ways, but because you're telling me to do, I'm going to have the faith to believe that it's going to work out because you told me to. You may not even see it in this lifetime how it's going to work out, but trust that because he's leading you, it will work out. It will work out. It's success. One of the very earliest podcasts I did was with Hannah Callio, and she had their family had sold all their stuff, and they thought they were going to be missionaries in Italy, and then it didn't work out. They had to leave. They got kicked out of Italy. They went to Israel. All of this stuff happened, and in that she was obedient to sell everything, and then it didn't work out the way she thought. And the thing that she learned, and that has stuck with me, is success is obedience. Success is obedience. It's not anything else. It's not numbers. It's not it's not any sort of outcome that we think is success. The success is the obedience in itself. So anyway, whatever God is calling you to do, I just pray that you would but because I will, but because you say so, I will. And that's what we move forward in. All right, so that's some thoughts for this morning. Thanks for joining. I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting. Nothing interesting. It's going to be more homework. The kids have youth group tonight. Tell me if anybody has been able to listen to the podcast with Dr. Edie Wadsworth. The reason I just thought about it, because I just picked up one of my favorite oils. It's called Peace and Calming. Based on what I talked about today, you can imagine why Peace and Calming is my very favorite oil. I wish I had smell-o-vision. It smells so good. Oh my goodness, it makes me so happy. This is one of my favorite smells. I wish I could like spray it on everything. I wish everything smelled that way. Marie says, I rubbed that one on me today. Yay, yay, yay. It's one of my favorites. And just because I have them, Stress Away. Can you imagine why Stress Away would be my favorite? One of my other favorites. And Valor, to make you strong and courageous. Those are my 3 favorite. If you're wanting to know some oils to get there, so yummy. Not yummy. They smell yummy to me. But anyway, and they literally, oh my goodness, I don't want to start talking, but these literally, they don't just smell good. They literally go to the emotional parts of your brain. They do science. It's not just a smell good thing. They emotionally actually help you. It says, does it smell like pine? It does not smell like pine, but guess what? I just got actual pine that really smells like actual pine. And I've heard that pine and then lemongrass together diffused smells really good. So no, Peace and Calming is like to me, it almost smells like a bubble gum. It's just like almost like a sweet, it's sweet smell. I think it's got blue tansy in it, maybe. I'd have to look. Okay, it's citrusy. It's got tangerine, orange, ylang ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. Yeah, that's what this blend has in it. No pine. But I just happen to have pine right here on my desk because I got it for free. I got this oil for free for ordering. I also got, just because I'm here, I also got lemongrass, which that's what I'm going to try with the pine. And then I got Joy, which is another one of my favorite blends to put on. As you can imagine, I need some joy. All right, guys. If I get to talking about oils, I won't stop. So let me go ahead and stop. All right, guys. I'm going to hop off here, go get my day started. Say yes to God today because he said so. I meant a pine scent for the holidays. Okay, well, we need to get you hooked up, Miss Cindy, so you can have some pine scent for the holidays. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. We're halfway there. Bye.